So before I start this movie review, I just want to give a big shout out to IMDb, where I get all my information and fun facts from. Also, if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. And if you're a brand new viewer, welcome to my channel. And I would really appreciate it if you would hit that little red button right down there. It would really help me out. So guys, before I start this movie review, I'm going to give you a little information and backstory of who I'm going to be talking about. This is based on a book. It's a fictional pilot and adventurer named James Biggles Bigglesworth. He is the title character and hero of the Biggles series of adventure books written for young readers by W.E. Johns in 1932. It basically was released in 1932 and ran all the way to 1999. And there was 98 books written and released in that time.
I'm James Bigglesworth. My friends call me Biggles.
Jim Ferguson.
Come on.
That was 1917.
Time travel is not unknown in history.
What's up, everyone? Movie Maniac here with another movie review. This time the movie is Biggles, Adventures in Time, which came out in 1986. It starred Alex Hyde White, Neil Dixon, Peter Cushing, and Fiona Hutchinson. And the director was John Huff. So this movie's basically about, during British World War I, fighter pilot James Biggles Bigglesworth and 1980s low-level business executive Jim Ferguson discover that they can time travel to each other's eras. They try to stop the Germans from changing the outcome of World War I. Now, to tell you the truth, when I first came across this film, I didn't know what it was about. I've never ever heard of this movie before. And when I watched it, I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting. Did I enjoy it? Yeah, it was fun to watch. Do I recommend it? Sure. Is it the greatest movie? No. It is not the greatest time travel movie I've ever seen. It is a fun adventure movie. It is a very family, kid-friendly movie, to say at least. Yeah, I mean, the plot is a pretty decent plot between storyline and what goes down, and it's basically this guy, this old man visits this other guy who is taking charge of his business, and he's all stressed out, and he goes to his house and tells him, oh, it hasn't happened yet. And the other guy's like, what are you talking about? And like, I don't know, about not even a minute after that, that's when you see bolts of lightning, and then boom, teleported into the past. And it's really weird how they set it up as, there's really no questions about this. Like, the main character, he's asking all these questions, but even Biggles, he doesn't really ask the other guy questions. Like, who are you? Where did you come from? What are you talking about? They really don't get into that, which is kind of weird. And he just accepts it, which is kind of very, very weird. But through the whole movie, he's got to help him out, and them two, they team up, help each other out to fight, basically the Nazis in World War I, and to fight, or I don't know, there's this machine they have to destroy that's destroying everything, and radio interference with the planes. Like I said, it's a very interesting story, but it's very corny for an 80s, and most we know, like, a lot of 80s movies are corny. So for an 80s movies, this was a very corny movie, with the music, I should say. It was very interesting. I mean, I laughed out a couple times just seeing the 80s era and the music and the clothing and how people were acting. And, it did have its funny moments. But there was definitely a lot of, what the heck? I mean, it has to be out there. I mean, I watched it on YouTube, so you can find it on YouTube. It has to be out there on probably something else, Hulu, Netflix, Demand, Amazon, whatever else is out there. But I just watched it on YouTube. It was fine. But yeah, it's a very cheesy, corny movie. Like I said, would I recommend it? Yeah, I mean, if you like time travel. But just as a warning, it is very, like I said, corny and cheesy. You're probably going to be questioning yourself, why am I watching this? Or what is this? But if you want to give it a go, by all means, go ahead, watch it. It's got time travel. If you like time travel, there you go. But I do have to tell you guys this. The one thing I really did enjoy from this movie was the cinematography with the plane flying around and the helicopter, especially with the planes were racing each other and they were going after each other. That was very interesting how it was shot. It was close-up shots. You were in the air, very fast. It was, I think, that part they did an excellent job at. That was very good. I think that was fantastic. And now it's time for fun facts. This features Peter Cushing's last screen performance. The scene where the helicopter lands and then takes off again from a flat wagon and train at over 40 miles per hour had to be repeated 15 times over 2 days before directors were satisfied that it just looked right. When Jim enters Tower Bridge, he walks past the engine room. However, the engine room is actually 100 yards away in a separate location. And finally, Queen's bassist, John Deacon, co-wrote the theme song, No Turning Back, for the movie. And that's it, guys. That is my movie review for Biggles, Adventures in Time, which came out in 1986. I hope you enjoyed that. As always, smash that like button, support, share, hit that notification bell and notify you when my next video or vlog will be up. And also check me out on Instagram on the same name, Movie Mania Nick. And remember, be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes!